Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to do dynamic port address translation. The last time we did one-to-one mapping on this right hand side router, where we allowed this web server to the internet, and then later on allowed the SNMP route server to the internet. And so we're doing one-to-one mapping. And now we're going to do dynamic port address translation, which means we're going to map an entire subnet, okay, to the internet. I'm going to do it on this left hand side router, okay. And so any device on the LAN side of this router is going to be able to have access to internet, okay, through this serial 00 of router 1. And so let's just double check that none of these devices has access to internet. I added 3 more devices, one server, a tablet, and a smartphone. So let's go to the smartphone and try to see if we have access to the internet. We're going to ping the ISP server, which is 12.12.12.1. Ping should fail. And also, if we try to ping the other router on the other side, which is 21.21.21.2, that one should fail as well. So now we know none of these devices here should have access to the internet, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to configure there are 2 methods actually to do it. I'm going to show you the first method, and then we're going to do a test, and then show you the second method, okay? The first method is very similar to the ones we've seen before. So we're just going to create the difference is going to create an access list here, okay. We're going to have to create an access list to define the interesting traffic. So say configure terminal access list. Let's give it an access list number 10, okay. Permit. So now we're permitting the interesting traffic, which means we're going to allow all traffic of this subnet. So we're going to permit 192.168.10.0, and then we provide the wildcard bits, which is 0.0.0.255, okay, the entire subnet. And then we apply that access list. We say IP not inside source list, okay. Now list, we're going to provide the access list number that we just created, which is number 10, okay. And then we provide the interface 000, which is the internet facing interface of router 1. And this next statement is very important, overload, which means that all devices on this subnet, they're going to have access to the internet only through this interface 000. So if 1 or 2 devices, or 4 or 5, or any number of devices want to have access to internet at the same time, it's going to be overloaded on this 000, okay. So that's what this overload statement means here. Say enter, and we go out of there, we save, we'll show IP NAT translations. Now we don't see anything. We shouldn't see anything because that access list, that network address translation is not yet being applied. So let's try to run some tests from the smartphone, okay. We're going to do a continuous ping. Let's do a continuous ping from the smartphone. It's going to be ping 21.21.21.2, okay. I'm going to do a continuous ping, which is going to be -t, okay. So this ping is going to be continuous, non-stop. Let's let it run for a while. Okay, now this ping has been running for a while now. Let's go into R1, sorry, okay. And then we do the show IP NAT translations, okay. So we see a bunch of packets here. So what you see here is the 192.168.10.6 is our inside IP, which is being translated to the outside IP, okay. 12.12.12.2. Okay, now what is changing, if you see, look at very well, every ping test, every ping sequence you have here has a separate ping port number. Okay, that's what gives us this definition and dynamic port address translation. So the same IP on the inside is mapped to the same IP on the outside. What's changing is the port numbers. Okay, and that's we're looking only on the inside local and the inside global. Okay, on this other side, outside local and outside global, there's no change. We don't look at that one. There's nothing changing at that. There's nothing changing on that side. So yeah, so we see our network port address translation is working perfectly, and now we're going to test. We're going to do the second method. So let's do second method. The first method we just tested working perfectly. The second method, in the second method, it's very similar to the first, except that we're going to use a pool of IP addresses instead of just saying that all the mapping is going to be done over this serial 00. We're going to define a pool of IP addresses in the 12.12.12.0 subnet. Okay, that way any IPs that want to have access to the internet from this LAN site is going to use any one IP that's free from that pool. Okay, so let's go into the this router, and then let's see what's going to be the same with the first method is the access list. So let's do show run. So the access list 10 permit 192.168.10.0 with this wildcard mask, that's the same for both methods. So we're going to keep that one. That's the first thing. The second thing, now we're going to have to define a pool. Okay, so go configure terminal. We'll say IP not pool. Okay, and we're going to give that pool a name. I'm going to give it a name, call it my pool. And then we define a range for the starting and the ending of the IP addresses that are going to be used for in the pool. Let's say 192.12.12.10. Okay, that's the starting IP address, and then the ending IP address is 12.12.12.12. Okay, and then next we define the net mask. Okay, net mask is just the same like the subnet mask. Okay, so it's going to be it's actually going to be the subnet mask. Okay, network mask. Okay, so it's going to be 255.255.255.0. okay, enter. Now we define the pool. We have to apply the this now. So it's going to be IP not inside source list. We provide the access list. Okay, access list number 10. Then we define the pool. Then we provide the pool. My pool. And then again we're going to use overload. Okay, overload because we want to be able to use this same pool. Okay, every time any device wants to go to internet, he has to use an IP only from this pool. So that's why we say overload. So enter, and if I do show IP not translations, okay, I don't see anything now because the access list is not being applied yet. Again, I'm going to do a continuous ping. Okay, to test this access, this dynamic NAT, I'm going to do a continuous ping. This time I'm going to do it from the server. Okay, I'm going to do it from the server. Come here, do a continuous ping to the router 2. Continuous ping is -t 21.21.21.2. okay, I'm going to let that ping run for a while. Alright, so the ping has been running for a while. If I go into the router and say show IP not translations, So you see a bunch of transitions that are going on. Okay, and this is the inside IP. Okay, this is inside IP. This will come from the server .5, and this is the outside IP. Never changes. Okay, so what's changing actually just the port numbers again, as we saw previously. So the port numbers are changing. In fact, even as the ping is being run, I could actually go to another PC like this one, PC1, and try to go to the web server. So let's just to show you that many things can be running at the same time. So if I go 21.21.21.2, okay, so if I close this and I go up here to the router, show IP, now translations, you can see the port I just browsed. Okay, this is the port I just browsed on the other side. So our port address translation is working perfectly well, and so we have tested and everything is working perfectly. And so this is the end of this video. If I hope you enjoyed it, and see you in the next one. Thank you.